guys, my name is Nick McClary. I'm a second-year student in the Doctor of Physical Therapy program at the University of Tennessee Health Science Center. I'm also a personal trainer. What I'm going to talk to you about today is flexibility. Specifically, I'm going to talk to you about lower body flexibility. The first thing when addressing lower body flexibility that I want to point out is that I want to encourage everyone to stand more or to sit less. As a society, we sit a lot. People go to work, they sit for 8 hours, come home, go on the computer, on the TV, and sit longer. As students, we sit for a little bit less, 4 to 6 hours in the class, but we do the same thing. We come home to study, and we sit, or we sit on the computer, or sit on and watch the TV as well. So what I want to encourage you to do is to try and take frequent study breaks and stand, or even try to stand and study as well. That will do a whole lot in improving your flexibility, because when you sit, your legs are in a flexed position, you have a flexed knee, so that shortens these hamstrings, and you also have a flexed hip, so that shortens the hip flexor muscles. And those are some of the muscles that we're going to focus on today. We're going to focus on the hamstrings, on the hip flexors, and the glutes. These muscles are muscles that commonly become chronically tightened when they're shortened for such a long period of time sitting. And one thing I also want to point out, as we're stretching the hamstrings, I do prefer to stretch the hamstrings for long holds against the wall. In the traditional hamstring stretch, we bend over as such, and we lose our lower back. Our lower back begins to bend over, and our hamstrings stop stretching, and all that stretching goes to the lower back. So the big thing I want you to focus on today is keeping a neutral spine. During the hip flexor stretch and the glute stretch, you're really going to have to keep those abs tight so that we are stretching the desired muscles and not the low back. So for the first stretch is the hamstring stretch. You'll get a doorway. Come and lay down. Prop your leg up against the doorway, and you'll take this leg and you'll straighten it out. What this does is that this leg tries to pull the pelvis backwards, and this leg will try to pull it forwards so it neutralizes your pelvis so it doesn't stretch your low back. So what you'll do, bring your leg up here, you're going to relax and straighten your leg out. You can hold it if you like with your arm, but you're going to hold this stretch for 30 seconds. After about 30 seconds, you can release out of the stretch, about 10 to 15 seconds or so, and then you'll come back into the stretch. Now what I want you to do is I want you to repeat this stretch about 4 to 5 times. So again, 30-second hold. Try and keep this leg down and straight. You can come out to relax it, and then go back in for another 30 seconds. Repeat it 4 to 5 times. The next stretch is the hip flexor stretch. You're going to back up against the doorway. You're going to take your outside leg. You're going to place it down right up against the doorway. You're going to lean back, and you're going to reach this outside hand and grab the doorway as well. Now this will try to overextend your spine, so this is where you're going to have to really brace those abs, pull those abs down and tight, and push them in so that you flatten your lower back. Now you should feel the stretch right here along your hip flexors. If you don't feel the stretch, try to brace your abs tighter, make sure they're braced hard. But to make it harder, you can bring that leg, instead of having it farther forward, you can take the leg back further, and that'll stretch it even more. Or if that stretch is too hard, you can keep this leg forward more and stretch it like that. Now the third stretch I want to show you is for the glutes. You'll come down into the figure 4 position. You can see it kind of forms a figure 4 right here. You're going to keep a nice tall spine, and you're going to try and take your chest towards the middle of your shin. So with the tall spine, you'll lean forward, you'll hold for about 30 seconds, and you can come back out again for about 10 to 15, and repeat it for another 30 seconds, and repeat for about 4 to 5 times. To make the stretch easier, you can bring this back leg forward, and then stretch. Remember, keeping a tall spine. To make it harder, you can try and straighten that leg out, and then go forward. And again, with all these stretches, I only demonstrated on one leg, but you want to repeat them on other legs. So with your left leg, you'd be on this side. With the right leg for the hamstring, you'd be on the other. You'll just have to alternate through the doorway and alternating with the glute stretch. Now, these exercises, because they're long holds, They're best for in the morning when you wake up, at night before you go to bed, or after your workout. So to recap, hold each stretch for 30 seconds, take a break, repeat for about 4 to 5 times, and only do it in the morning, at night, or after your workout. Thanks.